Alright, here we have the new Blade 130X. This is the new Blade helicopter with the AS3X system, and it's flybarless, and it's really small. So I just wanted to do a quick unboxing, little review. This thing is pretty different. Alright, standard E-Flight box. You got the instruction manual, and in here you have some screwdrivers and Allen wrenches, and there's a new set of blades in there. I'll get to that later, but there also is the manual there. This manual, actually, I wanted to show you this. Now you take this out and you might think, oh man, that's heavy, that's crazy. But really it's in 4 different languages, so it's not a lot to read, and I really encourage people to read these if this is your first helicopter, even if it's, you know, your second or so. But yeah, it's in English, German, French, and Italian. So the manual's a lot thicker, you know, it looks a lot thicker than it is. I don't know why there's no Spanish in here. One of the cool things that they did with this manual was they gave you setups for your radio. So, okay, if you have, you know, DX6i, there's the setup for it, how to set everything up. DX7, yeah, DX7 SE. There's the DX7S and the DX8. I'm going to be using my 9503, so I guess you're on your own if you got that, but I'm sure it's the same as it always has been. This is a flybarless system, so you set up your radio like you did for the Blade MC CPX. There's the replacement blades there, and they give you some links. Those probably pop off and break stuff. So, alright. So, there's the helicopter in the box. And here's the charger. There's a different charger. Here's the, you know, charger adapter. And here's the charger. This is a 2-cell charger. It looks a lot like the other Selectra chargers that we have for the micro stuff. Here's the battery. This is a, let's see if I can get it there. It's a 300 milliamp hour 2-cell battery that says 35C. We'll see how well it works. I have found an aftermarket battery for it, but the hobby shop was out of them. So there we go. It has the bullet blades on it at first, and the replacement blades that were in the bag were without bullets, so this is going to be a little bit more, it'll be slower to turn and stuff. I don't want to say more stable, but it'll be slower. Stability on a flybarless helicopter is controlled by the flybarless unit, so, you know, really this just slows down the mass movement. But there you go. It's pretty nice. It is all this micro stuff. See these little servos, but it's the bigger version of the micro servos. So there's the servos there, going up to the swash plate, and it does have a driven tail. So this is the tail servo push rod, back here to the tail blades where it's a variable pitch setup. So that's going to be probably a lot nicer, and it does look like it's a torque tube drive, so that's going to be pretty smooth probably. We'll see. So yeah, a real improvement on the micro heli design. Let's open it up here. So just like regular helis, the battery, you know, sits up here. There's the motor plug and stuff. There's the battery plug there. It does have a brushless motor, so there's the little, see, 3 wires there going to the brushless motor. So yeah, there's the drive for the tail. Got the torque tube in there. And it looks like the motor doesn't cog as much as the one on the MCPX, so maybe we'll be able to do some auto rotations with this. Ha, maybe. We'll see. Okay, binding the helicopter to your radio is really easy. On these micro ones, what you do is turn on the aircraft and then put your radio into bind mode. So it's just like the rest of them. Observe the correct polarity on this plug. In the manual it does mention that if you plug it in backwards it'll smoke things. So you're supposed to turn it on and wait for, yeah, to start blinking like that. Then you turn on your radio in bind mode. There it goes. It took a little while, but it did work. So now, yep, I have control. Woo! Doesn't have a slow start, does it? Okay. So programming the transmitter was very simple. If you don't have one of the transmitters that's listed in the book, all of the Spectrum transmitters and even the JR ones generally work the same way as far as servo reversing and stuff like that. So I just used the setup for the DX8, copied it into here. It's very simple. One thing that I think that is worth mentioning is in the special screen on this radio, and that is the swash type on these is 1 servo, just like on all the other blade helis that have flybarless, like the MCPX and the MSRX. So just get that right, and everything else is pretty easy. All you really have to do is program your dual rates if you want to have that, and your expo, and I just put a little bit of expo on all of them. And then you also have to do your throttle curve. Okay, normal, stunt mode 1, stunt mode 2. I'll probably try those. I don't do a lot of flying in normal mode, but try to see what it does. Throttle hold, I recommend setting these to 0, and then you have to set up your pitch curves. There's like a normal mode curve there, stunt mode, and then I set up an auto rotation mode with a little bit more negative pitch than the normal mode, and then we'll see if it'll work. I don't think you'll be able to auto this heli, but we'll see. I didn't set up any gyro channel or anything like that. I set up the timer for 4 minutes, and that's what they say you should use, so we'll see if that works. Very simple. Set it up like that, bind it like I showed you, and you are ready to go. Now when you're ready to fly, the rule is always turn our radio on first. So when you're ready to fly, turn the radio on, then plug in the helicopter, and you have to make sure that you let it sit still for a minute. until it initializes. There we go. And then it's ready to fly. On this battery plug, be real careful to plug it all the way in until it snaps in, which makes it kind of hard to get out, but it's not going to come undone while you're flying. So when you're done flying, then you can turn the radio off, but make sure you don't turn your radio off while the heli's active, because it could like go to full throttle or something. It's a nimble little thing.
And it's too nimble for me to follow, I can tell you. At any I'm not doing a lot of close-up work here.
It is nice and stable. Of course, the weather is pretty good right now. I do have to put in a little bit of right trim, I think, on this one, but it shouldn't need that.
Okay.
You'll have to try stall turn.
Okay. Whoops.
That worked pretty good.
You're going to have to do it again, though, because I didn't get it. That one I lost. Okay. Okay. Header there.
That was a little slow.
What's that?
Little slow. I think that's because I'm using the weighted blades.
Okay.
Roll stuff would probably be better with the other blades.
Okay.
But decent little heli overall. Easy to control. It doesn't really have any bad behavior. So doing this slow flight and stuff is pretty simple. So beginners that don't want to go ripping around really fast,
That'd be me.
yeah, they can get that precision to do the slow stuff. It's a little pitchy, like it's a little sensitive on the pitch, I think, but that's probably just breaking in, get that swash movement smoothed out. Super cute though, isn't it?
It is nice, yeah.